Okay, welcome to Divine Lotus Tarot. I have a reading for you all. For the most part, I would say this reading, the first part of the reading, I will pinpoint and say more so is for those of you who are males, who are Libra sun sign, or you have significant placements of Libra in your birth chart. I feel like the majority of this reading is probably going to resonate with the male energy, but yeah. So the first part is definitely for the men, but the second part could just kind of be like for like Libras in general if it applies to you. So the first part is what I'm picking up. The first part is um okay, so I'm picking up energy where there could be okay, first of all, I'm going to say this. Some of y'all Libra males can be like bougie, okay? You could be bougie Libra males. But at the same time, what I feel like is you have some type of energy on you or around you where you don't like, you're not like vulnerable when it comes to like your feelings or your emotions. Oh, look at that. Didn't even notice that. That's the Libra card. Okay. So some of you have like, you are really good. You could be really good with finance, with business, with your career, with money, right? In that area. Like that can come very natural and easy to you. I feel like when it comes to that, like you are very gung ho about that. Um, I feel like when it comes to relationships, you could either be the provider or you just may be the person who is like the primary like money maker or something like that in most of your relationships, I would say. But I feel like love does not come easy for you. Like you could be someone who's not very like a mushy type. You may not express your feelings of love. I was even kind of getting the energy of someone who is like when someone tells you like they love you, you're just like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you may not express that you love someone back, or you may not even just be in love with the individuals who you get in relationships with, which is kind of interesting. Okay. But to each his own. But yeah, so you definitely, I just kind of feel like business comes very natural or money comes very natural to you. Now, I feel like as well too, it is because, I feel like it's because you don't trust when it comes to love and romance because there just could just be other things that you are carrying, other burdens, that you just don't really talk about, especially when it comes to the past. About what has transpired that makes you feel not safe or not comfortable with like being vulnerable or being emotional or just having a sense of intimacy. I don't think you really ever truly had a genuine sense of like intimacy in relationships. Now, I feel like one aspect of this is because a lot of people just kind of see you as the individual who is like the person who makes money. So I feel like a lot of people just come to you for that. Like I kind of feel like when people come to you, it's either to bring and burden you with their problems or to ask you for money. So you have kind of like been groomed, I want to say. Like you kind of may have been groomed since you were younger, like that is your role, and you really haven't had it easy when it comes to love. I kind of feel like you may feel like love does not come easy to you. Now, what I was being advised to let you know is that, okay, just like sometimes there are individuals who are really good at certain things in their life, let's just say athletics. Someone could be very good at athletics. It doesn't make them naturally, and it doesn't make them, let's say, for instance, just because they're good at athletics, stereotypical, let's just say, that doesn't mean that they're going to be intelligent or smart, right? So they could be really good and athletic, but maybe they don't have like natural intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's hard for them. Maybe they have learning disabilities, or maybe it just comes hard for them to retain certain information when it comes to like education, right? Um, but they're really, really, really good at athletics, and they get recognition for that. So for you, I kind of feel like you could be really, really, really good with like money or finance or business and career, but when it comes to love and romance, like you may not be really good at that. Now, I do feel in some instances, is it because somebody put something on you, is what I was seeing. So either someone literally did like a spell on you, or I kind of feel like someone said something to you that stuck to you, and words are spells. So someone could have told you at a very like young age that like you were not lovable, or that you would never find love, or that someone would never love you because of some reason. And I feel like that kind of like took hold on you. You know what I'm saying? Like either, like I said, either someone literally was doing spell work on you to put this on you, or it was something that someone said to you, and like I said, it kind of stuck to you, and you always just kind of like held on to that, and you kind of decided like, well, you're going to just focus on like your money or your career or your business and things of that nature because that's what comes natural and easy to you. Now, the other thing that I'm getting as well too is that because money comes easy to you, you might want to look at your birth chart. And because love comes, I won't say it comes hard to you, it could just be more challenging for you. You might want to look at your birth chart. Both of these things could result back to things and aspects in your birth chart, which could help you maybe better understand why love has been challenging for you and or why money comes very easy to you. Like if you have a lot of placements of significant placements of maybe like Taurus or like just earth placements, well, that might be something that is a stronger suit for you because, those are signs that rule security, money, stability, and things of that nature. So that might come more natural. That might come easier to you. That could even be why you've always been like, uh, received so much responsibility of being like the breadwinner, maybe even at a young age and being responsible for so many people. Now, if you have other placements that you do your own research because I feel like that's very important as well too. You do your research and then you look at certain placements in your birth chart and then you see what you find. Maybe you might come to learn that you might have certain placements or aspects that make it challenging when it comes to love and romance, and then that might be helpful to you. Not to say that you will never have love, but to say that those are areas of your life that you need to work on a little bit more harder, you know what I'm saying, or a little bit more diligently. So I kind of feel like going back to that example where I said that, sometimes certain people have natural abilities that come easier to them, let's say athleticism, but they may not be able to retain knowledge or information educationally wise or do well in school. Okay. Sometimes people are not well rounded in every facet or every area of life. And I kind of feel maybe for some of you, you could have like perfection energy or perfection tendencies. And you kind of feel like, well, because you couldn't get love right or you can't get love right or love always is not working for you, is if that's what it may seem to be, you may feel like it's not for you. And that I strongly feel like you have a love of money. Like you got a love of money and you got a love of business. And I feel like you could be in love with work or just love with doing that. You might want to look at your birth chart, okay? Because that might just let you know maybe you have certain placements or aspects that show this, for you. You know what I mean? That might be something like, yeah, where you have a stronger suit for. It doesn't mean that you're not meant to ever have love in this life. It just may mean that you just may need to do certain things differently, or it's just something that you got to develop. You know what I'm saying? Like just like you would go and exercise if you wanted to get in shape and develop those muscles, that's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to develop that. Like it's not something that I feel like, I'm not seeing anything that is not something that you cannot have. I just kind of feel like it could definitely just be like you have placements that are in detriment. And okay, like, well, you might be really good at money and love doesn't come easy to you, but for other people they might be have really good relationships and love, but shit, money may be hard for them. So you have to like look at it from that perspective. Like that's what I'm saying. Everyone comes into life and they have their own set of onset of challenges and things of that nature, or what could be looked at as like weaknesses, but it's like things that just show that these are areas that you might need to work on a little bit more or develop. And it's not going to be easy, you know what I'm saying? So like that's okay if it's not easy for you, but it doesn't mean that it's not something that's possible. Okay. And I just kind of feel like that is something that you need to be aware of, and that's something you need to hear. Like don't fear love because it just could be something that's challenging for you. But I feel like it's really just calling for you to like really be more like vigilant when it comes to that area and really develop and work on things within yourself, but also be vigilant with the type of individuals who you're entertaining and bringing into your life. Because I'm seeing some of you as well too. I mean, just another topic that I'm seeing, like some of y'all are like prejudiced when it comes to people who don't have like money. Like I see you could be bougie to people who are like either poor or people who don't have as much money as you. So you can be like very snobbish in that sense when it comes to other people who don't match you financially. And I mean that's just something to be mindful of. Okay, like that's just a trait to be mindful of. I don't know, do with that information what you may. But I'm just pointing out what I see. I'm also seeing as well too. You have a lot of opportunist people who are around you, and I feel like you are aware of this. You've become aware of this. I feel like as well too. Like you get a lot of like women who are attracted to you who like want to influence you and have power over you. I don't feel like you mind this because I don't know what's going on. There's some type of energy here or dynamic that you need to look into a little bit more when it comes to like some type of relationship that you have like with your mom. Okay, that I don't know if your mom is not present or your mom just was not there in the capacity that you needed your mom to be there for you as, or your mom, I don't know, there's some type of dynamic with you and your mom. Okay, that is a factor here that is hampering and hindering your relationship life. Okay, but I also feel as well too that you do actually like women who are like you do like women, okay, who are very influential in your life, okay, who have a significant impact on your life. However, I feel like you have women who come into your life who abuse the fact that you are more like, I want to say you're dependent, and that's not a bad thing, but I feel like you could rely more on like when you're with a partner to do certain things for you or to be there for you in a certain type of way. And I honestly feel like you have women who come into your life that abuse this, because when you actually do, like, if you were to actually open up and show a woman who you were really really in love with your softer nature inside, I feel like you've had a lot of individuals who have taken advantage of this aspect in you. And this could also be why you have felt like you didn't deserve love or you weren't worthy of love, because I feel like you've had people who've taken advantage of the fact that you are so like you could be a little bit more reliant on a stronger female type in your life. Like you could be a little bit more submissive is kind of what I'm getting. Like regardless if you show this or not, I do feel like you can be a little bit more submissive, but that kind of puts you in a situation which is a little precarious where you need to just make sure that you have the right type of like strong dominant women coming into your life who have your best interest at heart. There's nothing wrong with having like dominant figures or dominant women in your life, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like you need to be mindful that like, yeah, the women, some of the women that you've been dealing with, they've been snakes. Okay, and I feel like you're starting to see this now. Like every woman who comes into your life does not have your best interest at heart. It's not good to yield to every woman in your life as well either. And then there are some women in your life who see this aspect of yourself and they want to like wield control and wield power over you. Now, um, what else am I seeing? So that's another reason why I'm seeing like why love doesn't come easy to you or why you feel this way, because I feel like you've also had people who've taken advantage of the love that you have given. Um as well as I could see as well too, maybe for some of you, maybe going back to that energy around your mother, okay, in your life, maybe you've just had a mother or women in your life who like give you love conditionally. So it's not like, I feel like maybe if you buy them gifts or something like that, like then that's when you see people like love on you more, or if you do stuff for people, then that's when you feel like you are loved, or this is when like the women show you love or something like that. So that could be a conditioning that you receive, that like you don't get love from women unless like you have something financially. I just keep it in transactional, unless it's something transactional for you to like offer, and you don't know just love based off the fact that of someone just loving you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like you need to be able to like open up and show this aspect of yourself, but it's kind of hard for you to do that because of it just feels like you've been groomed at a very early age that like just to focus on money, and that money is more important and things of that nature. So I don't know, it's just like a lot of things that, for you to be mindful of. I also feel like for some of you, you've been very like black and white, and you feel like they're like your energy is very fixed in the sense that like you just feel like it has to be this way or that way, and you don't own the fact that like sometimes there are things in between. Sometimes there's a gray area in certain situations. Okay. And I feel like maybe some of you are starting to become aware of this. Like maybe you have been hindering or getting in your own way when it comes to certain things because you've been looking at things from a very this or that, and not allowing for like something more to be there, or that there can be some type of middle ground in certain situations that can be applied. Okay. I feel like as well too, there are individuals who don't know how much you suffer in silence. I feel like for some of you, you can suffer from mood like disorders. Okay, you could have mood swings. Some of you do also deal with like mental health like issues, but I feel like it stems more so from the fact that like you require a lot of like downtime. You may need more rest. You may just need more time where it's just like quiet or peaceful. I don't think people like quite understand how much like you value like your sense of peace. I feel like a lot of times as well too, in some instances like you just need to get better with telling people no, because I kind of am picking up like a Jesus complex around you, or like a savior martyr type of energy. And like you really need to ask yourself, like, why do you feel the need to that you have to save people? Like, if these are adults that you're dealing with, why do you feel like you have to take on their burdens? Why do you feel like you have to take on their problems? Why do you keep allowing people to come towards you and put their burdens, their problems on you? Why do you allow people who keep coming towards you and make their fights and their battles yours? Some of these things you need to just learn how to walk away and like disconnect or disassociate yourself from. Every battle doesn't need to be fought, and you don't need to be fighting everyone's battle for them, because you need to allow people to take accountability for themselves, and you need to stop enabling individuals. That's kind of what I'm getting. There are just certain people where it's just like you're not helping these individuals, especially when they keep coming to you asking for money, and you have put them in positions where they should be able to step into a position to financially be like set. Like you need to, like, if you love these people, like, okay, maybe you can establish like a financial course and help put these people in a financial course, or maybe you can just direct these people towards like financial like planners or financial like management and like wealth um like courses or classes, or maybe they just need to go back to school, or I don't know, something pertaining to that. But I feel like there's people who come to you, like I just keep seeing people come to you with their hands out. And a lot of times it has to do with money, but a lot of times it just has to do with people just want to burden you with their issues and their problems. And I'm seeing you're carrying the weight of the world. Like you're carrying so many people's other problems and issues. Like you don't even have time to like, time for yourself is kind of what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? And I just want you to realize like you don't have to take on other people's issues or problems or burdens or fights for that matter. Like you keep taking on people's burdens and fights that's like it's not yours. Like you don't have to do that. Like, and that's another form of like someone trying to condition you, like, well, if you love me you'll do this. No, you don't have to do that for somebody else. Like that's not love, someone putting you in jeopardy of your sense of mental health and peace. You know what I'm saying? Like if you desire peace, it's okay for you to say like you want to choose peace and you don't want to fight and you don't want to do drama. Like it's okay for you to walk away. It's okay for you to say like you're good with that. Like you don't have to always be tough, you don't always have to be strong, you don't always have to like shoulder other people's burdens. Okay, like that's not your problem. And I get it, you know, that you may love these people, but I just feel like when is love turning into abuse? Because I kind of feel like some people are taking advantage of your kindness. Okay, is what I'm getting, and you need to just be aware of that. I feel like as well too. I'm getting an energy where some of you could be stressed out because I kind of feel like you make a decision, but then you don't follow through on that decision, but then you're already worried about the outcome of the decision before it even happens. So then you kind of like over stress and over analyze and overburden yourself with certain things when you haven't even followed through on something to see it through, to then even decide what would be the next step in the situation. So it's like you're kind of getting beside yourself and ahead of yourself with thinking the worst and fearing the worst when you haven't even like committed to something. So some of you could have commitment issues, or you're not committing fully to something, and then you're not seeing the results that you want, and then you're worried because you start seeing things not pan out, or you think it's not panning out, but it's like you haven't even given it time to implement or to follow through, and then to move to the next step. Okay, so some of you are just needing to be mindful of that as well too. I feel like as well, like you could be lending money out to people and you don't really even have the money. Okay, so you need to learn how to say no. Like you don't got to tell people or put people all in your business, but you can learn to say no. Some of you have the money, but you kind of feel like these people who keep coming to you and burdening you with their financial woes, they're gonna put you in the poorhouse. Okay, and you secretly fear this, so you need to learn how to say no. Okay. Um, I feel like as well too, there have been people doing work on you. Okay, this could be spiritual work on you. For some of you, it's like a lot of dynamics and energy. Like some of y'all have a lot of people attached to you. Okay, you got a lot of energy vampires on you, around you, sucking your energy. So for some of you, there have been people doing work on you. This is true. Like literally spiritual work. There's people doing spiritual work on you. For some of you, it's just a matter of you just, growing a pair and cutting people off. Like that's really going I guarantee, like I when I pull the energy, if you cut these people off, like you are going to definitely see your health and wellness and your sense of emotional, like especially if your emotions have been like swinging back and forth and you're just not feeling good. And that's because you are picking up on other people's energy. Okay. You're going to see that significantly improve and change. Like your health will overall change. Your emotional health and wellness will overall change when you let go of the wrong people who are in your life. Now, besides that, what I'm getting as well too, some of y'all got to stand in your life. Okay, I don't quite know what a stan is. It just seems like someone who is an extremely weird fan. Okay, going hard. Some of you, this is, I don't know, maybe you do something where you have fans. So it could be literally like a fan, someone who you are not related to. For others of you, this is a weird family member who could have a sexual interest in you. Okay, um, and be obsessed with you, like a mother, a father, a sibling, a cousin. I don't know. It's someone who, and they have some type of sexual obsession with you. Okay, this, I'm getting a sadistic energy, a sadistic nature around this person. This could be someone who extremely masturbates a lot. They could be very I'm getting like abusive, but definitely abusive towards themselves. I just feel like this person is extremely weird. They can have insomnia. They may not sleep. I feel like this person spends a lot of time like focused on your energy, like from sun up to sundown. This person is focused on you. So this, whoever this family member person is, they're weird as hell. um, then I'm getting, it could be X energy. I mean, that's self-explanatory, whatever, X's are weird at times, especially if you've had sex with this X. Okay. And then I'm just getting, it could just be someone who wants your position. So it could be another person in your workplace of work or your work industry or whatever like that. But I'm getting like a energy of somebody who like wants to step into your like skin and become you. So for some of you, I'm getting like some Hannibal Lecter. Like I'm saying, this person is really weird, whoever this is or these people are. So for some of you, it could be one or more of these types of people. But I'm definitely getting like, yeah, it's someone who's very obsessed with you. In some instances, I feel like someone has planned out their whole life with you. So if this is like a friend, for instance, this is like could be a new person you met or a person who wants to come towards you, and they've already decided that you're going to be their best friend, and they went and decided, okay, we're going to go to Bora Bora, we're going to take this trip, and they've already started planning shit. Mind you, you don't even know this person, or you have just started being friends with this person, and I feel this person's already obsessed with you. For others of you, this could be a sibling or a family member of some sort where they have just made up in their mind that they were going to go into like business with you. You never asked this person to go into business with you, and this person just started taking matters into their own hand, or just setting up, envisioning and thinking that y'all was going to go into business. And I feel like they've become so mentally invested that they started to believe this. Delusional. For others of you, this is just like an ex who just have made it up in their mind they're going to get you back, or somebody who wants to come towards you, who is interested in you, who you don't know, or yeah, I just feel like you don't like have a lot of history with this person, and I just kind of feel like you already got people obsessed with you. So I feel like there's a lot of people who need to be cut off from you because they're weird as fuck. Besides that, I feel like for some of you, you don't have nobody who you're associated or attached to. You've already cut people off, or you just keep a very like low profile or stay to yourself. You have the blessing of being very, 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 very protected, and you should thank your divine spiritual guidance team each and every day for going hard for you, because they are keeping weirdos that I've mentioned with this type of energy out of your life that you don't even know have the potential to do this. Like I'm getting energy of people who, like I'm getting like an abusive energy where someone can like hurt themselves or threaten to harm themselves, someone who's like throws themselves down the stairs. And I just kind of feel like that's a weird type of individual that you don't want to be around. Okay, because I feel like this is the type of person who will just make it hard for you to have peace that you need. Okay, as well as the fact that this is the type of person who has the potential to lie on you and say that you have abused them. So you should, if you have cut this person off, you know who this person is, keep that person away from you, or just be grateful and thankful each and every day. Just really pay respect and give thanks that your divine spiritual guidance team is keeping this weirdo energy away from you, because there's somebody who is around you who has the capacity for this. You may not know this. Okay. So it could be someone who you have cut off or someone who wanted to come towards you or whatever who was blocked is what I'm getting. That's pretty much all the messages. Be blessed.